Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from RicoScores, bringing y'all a Redskins report. Semi-breaking news. I'm not about to act like, something big happened, but Julie Donaldson from NBC Sports, she be up there with JP Finlay, Peter, Mitch, RP my boy Tanler, all of them, B Mitch, all of them. But she just said that her exact words were, they like him, expect Kerrigan to stay. Which is really interesting because the Redskins have a few options. Trade him or release him and suffer no dead cap because his contract has had no guaranteed money since the 2017 season. 2016, he had $5 million guaranteed, and since then, he's had no guaranteed money. Luckily for him, he started every game until this past season when he finally got hurt, and he had a myriad of injuries. He had like 3 different ones that kept him out of several games. But even though he's had no guaranteed money on his contract since 2017, he's been getting all of that check. But going into 2020, with him getting up there in age, and he actually started missing games last year, he has no guaranteed money going into 2020, and he's set to make $11.5 million for the Redskins if we choose to keep him for another year, which is another option. Because Josh Norman, on the other hand, was set to make $12.5 million, and they went ahead and cut him with only a $3 million dead cap, which is actually really good. But Ryan Kerrigan, on the other hand, if they keep him, he's $11.5 million against the cap. If they release him, he's literally zero, no dead cap. But apparently they like him, even with there being no dead cap attached to releasing him or trading him. And then there's the third option. Restructure him. Since he has no guaranteed money, they can spread that $11.5 million over the course of a couple of more years, so he'll make less money per year. Actually, he'll end up getting that $11.5 million if they extend him, or they can offer him more. They can restructure his contract, try to extend him, and get it to where he's making less money per year, which is ideal for the Redskins. Less than $11.5 million per year, which is technically what he's making this year because this is last year. But then it can be something more than if they were to split that $11.5 million over 3 years. They can add some more, add some guaranteed money, and that may benefit both the Redskins and Ryan Kerrigan. And that seems like it'll be the option that they'll more than likely explore, just off of the fact that he's about to be a rotational piece now, just like how Clay Matthews was for the Rams, or like how Chris Long was with the Patriots and then the Eagles. Because it looks like the Redskins are more than likely drafting Chase Young. I would put it in the high 90% at this point. Because it looks like Joe Burrow will more than likely go to the Bengals. Because now there's trade rumors for Andy Dalton. So it looks like the Bengals are moving on from Andy Dalton. They're going to take a quarterback, whether it be Joe Burrow or Tua. More than likely Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow doesn't seem like he's going to pull an Eli Manning and decide not to play for the Bengals, even though he's clearly shown that he doesn't necessarily want to play for them. But he's recently said that if they choose him, he'll play for them and he'll do his best and all of that type of stuff. So the Bengals aren't ideal for Joe Burrow, but if they select him, he'll play his heart out, even though that's not his favorite destination at all. He said he wanted to play for a contender or a team almost built ready to win now. And the Bengals clearly aren't that. But basically, it looks like the Bengals will end up taking Joe Burrow. That's in the high percentages also. And then after Joe Burrow's gone, it looks like the Redskins will take Chase Young. So you'll have Chase Young on one side, Montez Sweat on the other. And then you'll have Ryan Kerrigan as a rotational piece, technically off the bench. So the Redskins can either cut him before the new league year starts in mid-March and save $11.57 million against the cap, or they can keep him for 1 year, which I highly doubt. That's the least likely option. Or they can restructure his contract like I was just speaking of. But like I said, with the Redskins switching to a 4-3, which will actually suit his skill set better, he will actually be more productive in 4-3 than he was in the 3-4, occasionally dropping back in coverage. So I'm all for restructuring his contract to make him cheaper each year over the course of several more years. Because I definitely feel like he can play at least 3-4 more years at a high level. I just prefer Montez Sweat and Chase Young starting over him. I apologize for the previous audio sounding so bad, so I had to re-record everything. That's why this video is coming out so late. Even if Ryan Kerrigan plays like he did in his prime just a couple of years ago, going forward, I still prefer Montez Sweat and Chase Young starting. And Ryan Kerrigan as a depth piece, very cheap, or at least relatively cheap, would be crazy. And just imagine through the year, before the trade deadline hits through the 2020 season, if somebody wants to come and get Ryan Kerrigan, maybe for like a first or a second round pick, just off of how cheap he is and how much he has left in the tank. Because there were rumors that we could trade him for an early pick last year, with his contract being as high as it was, with around $11 million per year. Now just imagine if a Super Bowl contender team who really needs pass rush help is looking for an edge rusher. They see Ryan Kerrigan on the Redskins being used off the bench for us, but can easily start for them and make a real immediate impact. And he's cheaper because we hypothetically restructured his contract over the course of a few years. Oh yeah, Ryan Kerrigan can easily go for a high round pick, maybe second or first. Me personally, if we don't get a deal like that, second or first rounder, I prefer to keep him. But if Montez Sweat and Chase Young are just dominating, like both of them having Pro Bowl or All-Pro seasons, like I hope they are, if somebody wants to give us a first, second, or maybe even a third round pick for Ryan Kerrigan right before the trade deadline, later into the 2020 season I'm talking about, hypothetically, then do that. Then that's the ideal situation. And that's a win-win for both teams. And for Ryan Kerrigan personally, because I know I would hate to see Ryan Kerrigan in another jersey other than the Redskins. But if there's a Super Bowl contending team out there that's willing to take him and make him their premier edge rusher, that means he'll be more productive, he'll get more snaps, he'll have a larger impact, he'll get more of his contract money because he'll be reaching more milestones in his contracts with tackles and sacks and all of that stuff, QB pressures if that's a thing, I don't know. And also he'll be on a team that can possibly get him a ring sooner. So if like the Chiefs or the Ravens, by the time the trade deadline comes around, they're in need of a Pro Bowl level edge rusher and are willing to make him their guy on the defensive line as they're making their little playoff run and trying to go get a Super Bowl ring, why would Ryan Kerrigan not want to go take that opportunity? I know he's a Redskin through and through to the day he dies, and he'll still probably end up retiring a Redskin, even if he were to go to another team to get a chip. But you gotta take that opportunity to go have a larger impact, ultimately make more money because of your larger impact, and get a ring. And if we can get a first or second round pick in return, why wouldn't we do that? Definitely sounds like a win-win for everybody. But to backtrack and stay on to the main point, I am definitely one of the people that's down to restructure his contract. Restructure his contract / extend him over the course of the next 2-3 years. Make him cheaper per year for us, and then also make him more money. It's a win-win. Like for example, instead of giving him that $11 million getting spread over 3 years, increase it to like 20, and then instead of him making $11 million for this 1 year for us, which makes him $11 million per year, make him 20 over 3 years, which goes from $11 million per year to $7 million per year for us. And then for him, instead of that $11 million going over 3 years, which makes him pretty much $4 million a year, that'll increase him to $7 million a year. So we're both happy. We both reach a happy middle. And then go ahead and throw in some guaranteed money for him. Because right now he literally has zero, like I spoke about. And if there's anybody on this team that deserves guaranteed money, who's put in the work, the blood, sweat, and tears, and has earned it, is Ryan Kerrigan. That man has been one of the most dependable players in our franchise's history. Even if we're paying him for past accomplishments just a little bit, do that some. And that would still give us a lot of cap space to work with. Enough cap space to give Trent Williams the money he needs to come back to the team and extend him, extend Eric Flowers, re-sign Brandon Sheriff to a long-term contract, or just franchise tag him for this year and then worry about it next year. And then we'll still have even enough money to go get free agents. Like James Bradbury at corner, Trey Boston at free safety. Maybe one of those high-ceiling, low-floor running back veterans like Kareem Hunt or David Johnson, if they're going for cheap. Wide receivers like Robbie Anderson, Emmanuel Sanders, or AJ Green. I've spoken about all of those potential free agents in greater detail in previous videos. So if y'all wanted to go hear me talk about those guys and what advantages and disadvantages they'll bring and how cheap and expensive they may be, go check out my video where I talk about free agents and the salary cap, which is my previous video. But I'm just basically saying that if we restructure Ryan Kerrigan's contract to the way that I just hypothetically gave y'all, then we'll have even more money to go get those guys than we currently have. And all of that will be made possible after we restructure Ryan Kerrigan's contract to make him cost less money for us, but it'll make him more money over time. To where he'll cost less money for us per year, which is the most important thing. Not overall, but per year. And then for him, he'll make more money over time. And he'll get to stay on the team that he publicly said just a few weeks ago that he wanted to stay on. Like, he clearly wants to stay here. Dan Snyder just recently also said that he wanted Ryan Kerrigan to stay here. And then now Julie at NBC just stated that the Redskins, which basically means Ron Rivera, loves Ryan Kerrigan and wants him to stay. But that's it for this Redskins report. Thanks for the view. I promise y'all I am going to get this 4-3 video out to y'all. It's taking a lot of work, a lot of reading, a lot of film sessions, because I want to make sure I give y'all very accurate information. I want the video to be very thorough, very detailed, breaking it down to the smallest molecule so anybody can understand. Even people that don't necessarily understand football, I want them to be able to understand what a 4-3 defense is, how we'll utilize it, what are its advantages and disadvantages, all of that type of stuff. And what the Redskins defense will look like in 2020 and beyond under Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera. And I'm also going to get that Terry McLaurin video out to y'all, I promise y'all. I'm sorry other videos keep coming in and cutting it off, but if there's something that's relatively breaking news like this, I'm going to go ahead and report it real quick, and then I get straight back to work on that 4-3 video. And for the Terry McLaurin video, I already have all the stats and information I want. I just have to record it and edit it, but I promise y'all, let me get that 4-3 video out to y'all first, so I'm going to get that done first, then do the Terry McLaurin video. And that Terry McLaurin video will take way less time to make. And that Terry McLaurin video is about to go crazy, because there's so many crazy stats and all kinds of accomplishments that he got that nobody even really knows about or talked about a lot. It wasn't covered in the national media on ESPN and all of that enough, in my opinion. So I'm going to make sure I put that out to the world so everybody can truly appreciate how legendary Terry McLaurin's rookie season was, even with how many injuries he suffered and with all of the quarterbacks he was dealing with. And before I get up out of here, I gotta do a big shout out to two people, man. First of all, Juan Gotti, Talking Sports, without the G in talking, just Talkin. Make sure you go subscribe to him, please, man. Big shout out to him. He shouted me out in his video, showing love back. Also, shouts out to my boy Skins Fan All Day. No spaces, just literally Skins Fan All Day. Big shouts out to him. He shouted me out in his top Redskins YouTubers video also. So big shouts out to both of them. Please, if you subscribe to me, definitely got to go subscribe to them. They've been putting in work. Shouts out to everybody that's been putting in work, though. Redskin YouTube, we all got to stick together, man. I appreciate all of y'all that's doing it. Ed Oliver, Louis T. I don't know what Redskin review has been, like Skin Fan All Day was talking about in his video. I don't know where he's been lately, but man, shouts out to him also. Shouts out to my boy Pedro. Shouts out to everybody if I'm forgetting your name. I mean, because if you think about it, there's no such thing as a Redskins bandwagon fan. Like, there's no way. We've been losing too much. So everybody who's here has been through thick and thin and have paid their dues. All of our fans are real fans. And shouts out to all the Redskins YouTubers bringing the team to light in various ways, all the creative ways that everybody does it, all the knowledge y'all spread, all of the various opinions y'all bring to the table. I appreciate all Redskins YouTubers, man. Make sure y'all go follow everybody. But the biggest shout outs to my boys Juan Gotti and Skins Fan All Day. Oh, before I go, I almost forgot. Big announcement. I'm live streaming every Sunday from now on. I'm going to be live streaming around the same time that football used to happen. Just because it's an off season doesn't mean it's an off season for me. So around like 2 p.m. to however long we just end up running that stream. It'll vary every weekend depending on how busy I am or what we're talking about or whatever. But I'll try to start around 2 p.m. every day. May start later depending on what's going on in life or whatever. But pretty much expect to start streams at 2 p.m. or around there. And we're going to talk about Redskins, of course. We're going to talk about draft stuff, football. Even if you want to talk basketball or whatever, we can talk about video game. I mean, anything. I'm just want to live stream, let y'all have a voice. We can chop it up. Y'all can converse with me. We can talk about stuff. I can maybe even have it to where y'all call in if y'all want to. I still need to figure out how to get that survey thing down to where if I ask a question and y'all give y'all answers and we'll get like an official graphic so that, you know, each person only counts for one vote instead of like one person saying the same thing 5 times and it's hard to actually count how many of y'all actually voted for something. So I'm trying to make that real official with the whole survey thing too. So the live streams is just going to be crazy, man. And just expect them every Sunday. I want Redskins Nation and just football fanatics everywhere to just have a place to just come talk about whatever every Sunday. Since football is gone, we'll have that. And when does the XFL play? Because if the XFL is on Saturday, then we can talk on Sunday about the XFL. But if they play on Sunday while I'm streaming, then I'm not sure how the copyrights work, but I could pull the XFL up on my stream so y'all can see it with it. But we'll see though. I don't want to do that and get copyright striked or nothing. Y'all not about to get me like that. I'm not about to be out bad like that. But if the XFL is going on during the live streams, I will stream the XFL with my live streams. We can talk about the XFL or whatever y'all want to talk about. I can probably just make it a small screen so it's not too distracting or whatever. But yeah, man. About to start live streaming on Sundays. Shouts out to my boy G_running, without the G at the end, just running. He helped me with the idea to stream on Sundays when football usually happens. I really like it, so that's what I'm about to do. But yeah, man, thanks for the view, everybody. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please pull up for the live streams that's coming up every Sunday. Just because it's an off season don't mean I'm off. I'm coming out with that 4-3 guide video and how the Redskins will utilize it. The advantages and disadvantages, all of that. Coming out with a Terry McLaurin appreciation video with all of the advanced stats, all of that. Draft videos will start coming. I know I haven't been talking a lot of draft stuff yet, but I will start getting to it. And again, thank y'all for the support. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.